Zach Lavine finally might be getting up out of Chicago and going with the Denver Nuggets. Look, everybody knows that the Bulls have been trying to shop Zach Lavine for the last 2 years, really. And it's been pretty difficult because nobody wants to take on the large contract that he's still owed. And in my opinion, people are losing out on a really good start. Zach Lavine is my homie, man. And I don't mean like I know him. I'm just saying, like, one of my favorite basketball players. Yes, he disappoints me sometimes. But I've always been a fan of Zach Lavine since he was on Minnesota Timberwolves. I used to say he was better than Andrew Wiggins, and he is. You know, Wiggins is a great, like, piece on a team, but Zach is, you know, a good star. Like, maybe not the alpha of the team, but like a good second option, a great second option. He could be a great second option. And I think that if he gets with the right team, and to me, some of the teams that he would really fit on would be Golden State Warriors and clearly Denver Nuggets. I think anybody who plays the Denver Nuggets can, you know, have a good chance of success in that system because of the way they move the ball, the way Jokic controls the team and sets you up in the right position. But I'm going to read some of this report from Yahoo Sports. And, okay, it says, over the course of human history, we've seen great inventions that have dramatically accelerated civilization. You know what? I'm not going to even read that part. It says, as it stands, we might be on the threshold of a similar evolutionary leap as the ice cream sandwich. And it comes to us via the Denver Nuggets, who are reportedly interested in acquiring Bulls guard Zach Lavine. The high-scoring shooting guard has, for a variety of reasons, grown underrated to an extent that borders on ridiculous. Yes, his contract is indeed huge. Lavine earns $43 million this year and has another 2 years left at roughly $46 million and $48.9 million. Although that last year is a player option. It also says the financial component of Lavine is a major hurdle, and for the past few years, the league reportedly deemed the contract untradeable due to its scale. All right, so let's just stop right there, put a pin in it. This has been the biggest problem with Zach Lavine's contract. You know, it's a lot of money. People don't want to pay it. And I get it. I understand that part. You know, like, you don't know. He's had a few injuries here and there, you know, that kept him out of significant play. But look, when a brother is playing and on his game, he's a great player. He's a great scoring threat. Could use a little more, you know, defensive intensity. But one thing you know he's going to do is give you some buckets. And if you look at the Denver Nuggets this year, you know, and part of last year, Jamal Murray has not appeared to look like Jamal Murray, except against the Lakers. And, you know, kind of lacking in that department. So a player like Zach, to me, playing with people like Jokic, and hopefully Westbrook will still be there too, because you need somebody who can, like, you know, handle certain type of personalities. I think Zach would be a great fit. But let's continue to read this article. It says, that always seemed like a bridge too far in its reach of teams or individuals, putting Chicago's lack of results solely on Lavine instead of looking at management and ownership, who have never seemed to understand what to actually do with a player like him. Lavine is not a first option. He's been pushed into that role before, and he's had decent individual results, but he was never supposed to be the primary guy. There was a pretty significant reason for that. Over the course of his career, and especially since he entered his prime during the Chicago years, Lavine became an outright wicked off-ball scorer. In 2020 and 2021, Lavine ranked 7th in catch and shoot three-point percentage, 48.9% of players with over 50 games played, while being Chicago's primary offensive weapon by far. That same season, he ranked in the 97th percentile in cutting efficiency, again as the primary offensive player on the Bulls, with defenses gearing up to stop him. Since then, Lavine has remained a high-efficiency player on actions not on the ball, only falling below 40% on catch and shoot three-pointers during his injury-riddled season last year, when he was limited to 25 games. Now, this is what I'm saying. The production of Zach Lavine, you know, he been dropping, you know, giving y'all buckets at all times. And, before DeRozan got on the team, like, the man literally, like, was carrying the Bulls team by himself, okay? And then, with Lonzo joining the team and then having DeMar DeRozan, that season, they played so well together with Lonzo running the show. He put both of those guys in positions to, be more efficient scorers. And the Bulls were looking like a team that you really had to take serious, all right? Now, Lonzo got hurt. Everybody knows that. So they didn't fare well for the rest of that season. It kind of killed their playoff dreams and all of that. And then the following season comes and you got DeRozan, who holds the ball for about 25 seconds at a time. And Zach Lavine didn't mesh together. You could see the frustration on Zach's face every time DeRozan got the ball. That year I was also a part of a season ticket, group. And the games I went to, I would see Zach a lot of times not playing at the same time as DeRozan. Of course, they started off the game together. But then, one would go out and DeMar DeRozan have his time to cook. And then, Zach will come in for DeMar. And then DeMar will leave out. And the chemistry was just not there. They didn't seem like they really rocked with each other. And it was what it was. So I'm just saying this to say, first of all, the Bulls have historically, especially since Mike left, have not been doing the right things as far as, crafting rosters to build around certain players. So it's not really Zach's fault to me that his success in Chicago is not what it really should be or should have been. It's a lot of moving parts, right? So let me continue reading this article. It says, what's intriguing about that level of efficiency is Lavine has never played with a player who's an elite playmaker and also operates as the first option. That is true, okay? Now, he was with an elite playmaker in Lonzo Ball, but Lonzo was not a first option type of guy. In short, it says, in Denver, he finally have his, Joker. But Nikola Jokic is also Batman in this scenario. Lavine has never played next to a superstar, and he certainly never played alongside a superstar of Jokic's caliber as someone who might go down as one of the top 10 best players of all time. In Denver, Lavine would essentially walk into the most effortless 20 to 25 points per game he could ever imagine due to his aforementioned skills playing off the ball. The 29-year-old would also bend defenses to a degree that would open up the floor more for both Jokic and Jamal Murray, which should inject new life into Denver's offense. With Jokic drawing frequent double teams, Lavine would stand to immediately benefit due to the ball moving and popping like he's never seen in Chicago. With all due respect to DeMar DeRozan, Lavine would also inject some much-needed three-point creation into Denver's offense, while Michael Porter Jr. would likely head to Chicago in such a deal. The forward isn't able to create three-point shots off the dribble to the extent of Lavine, as he simply lacks the ball handling speed and touch to hit off-angle shots as he contorts his body in the air. This isn't to say some challenges wouldn't develop in Denver, as Lavine isn't a noteworthy defender. Offensively speaking, however, the fit just makes sense. Oftentimes in the NBA, obvious trades don't get made. Teams will pivot into a direction that catches most observers off guard, and we're left imagining what a certain player on a certain team could look like. All right, so I'm going to finish that article right there. Basically, man, look, I would actually like to see Jamal Murray leave and keep, Michael Porter Jr. with Zach Lavine. And I feel like that would be a better, situation. But if they got to get rid of Michael Porter and move Zach to the three, and, Jamal Murray, that would take a lot of pressure off Jamal Murray to have somebody as dynamic as, Zach Lavine to play alongside him in the backcourt, because, really, and then you can actually start Westbrook. You can start Westbrook, put Jamal Murray at the 2 spot, and Zach at the 3, with Jokic. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm rocking with that. What y'all think about this? Would Zach be a great addition to Denver Nuggets? And, leave a comment, subscribe. Outside the Clock. It's your boy, Carl Anthony. Back with more. Peace.